Hi, Fulton first grade families. Just reaching out with a video. Thought it would be the easiest way to relay some information. I have some notes here that I really want to just kind of make sure I'm getting you some information out. Lots of us are getting a little antsy requesting more work and websites and things that your child can do academically, and I so am appreciative of that. So thank you for your patience in this entire process. Continued patience will be absolutely necessary, both for me and from you and your kids. We really need to embrace this as a learning opportunity for everyone. We will definitely get through this untraditional mode of education together, and I just encourage you to be patient, a little forgiving, try to keep negative comments or concerns away from your student, and then just, relay them to me. On that same note, keeping negative comments off of social media and really trying to communicate with teachers and staff of Fulton Elementary to work through some of the things, because it will be a challenge and it will be brand new for everyone. So I do appreciate that. Also, remember, I know lots of us are ready to dive back into academics and make sure our kids are really moving it forward. And that is important, but I think our major focus is to make sure kids are okay, make sure kids are getting the emotional support they need, making sure that they're getting the food that they need, and thanks to our food service staff and lots of volunteers, that's really becoming a successful endeavor. So that has been really great. Also remember that because of these unprecedented times, take chances and opportunities to really do some life skill things with your kids at home too, because that's learning. It's not just math and reading and science and social studies and writing. We've never had an opportunity like this before to be with our kids a little bit more. And teach them life skills, if they don't know how to tie their shoes yet, making their bed, helping you with laundry, even going out exploring as the weather gets nice again, and investigating and just finding little things to do together that are quality times. Board games, absolutely wonderful in all aspects. My boys and I went hunting for frogs the other day, and that was the best communication and teamwork I've seen my kids do. So just taking advantage of this time and understanding those are learning opportunities also. It's not just the reading and math, and so hopefully we can embrace that as well. First thing I want to take care of is to let you know that all staff has been working extremely hard in the past 2 weeks to come up with a really great plan for this distance learning, and I think we're getting really close. We had some major meetings today, and that's why I'm sending out this video. First of all, we are all here for you. Please communicate with us. Please let us know what we can do to help. If you haven't signed up for the food sign up through the district, it is available to everybody. They're doing 21 meals a week per child. So if you haven't done that, please see my link that I sent in Remind. It's a great opportunity. I was able to help yesterday do some of that packing of that food, and wow, they are just doing great work. Second thing, I will be contacting you via phone call next week just to kind of check in and see how things are going. If I haven't heard from you by Thursday, I will be really hounding you to try to find out what's going on. So that's my goal. Reminding you that communication is key. You can catch me on Remind definitely at any time. I'm pretty good about responding right back to that. Email is absolutely a great way to get a hold of me. We are going to be, phone is another way. Feel free to give me a call. And then also Google Classroom is going to be our major online mode of relaying information to your child. Our format is an expected format that they will be logging in daily. And at first that might seem overwhelming, but once they get used to it, kids are super savvy technology-wise, and I think they're really going to get a grasp on that. We're also going to start out really slow in the next 2 weeks and make sure that at the first grade level, we are providing them with familiar in classroom sort of learning opportunities, but also at a level where they can do it so that they're logging in, learning how to submit assignments, learning how to view videos, which will be like mini lessons of me teaching, those kinds of things. Also, there will be links where they can log into things like RAS and other really great sites that we'll use for extended learning. The expectation that we're working with is about 45 to 90 minutes of education at home. So that's kind of what you can expect from us. I encourage families to break it up into like 10-minute increments, just because that's kind of the attention span of us. And so 10 minutes, take a break and do something active, 10 more minutes of educational income. So that's kind of going to be my goal, is to provide learning opportunities that take about 10 to 15 minutes at a time. Like I said, teaching, I'm going to try to keep it as similar to the classroom as I possibly can, trying to do some mini lessons and then have them do a task that they then have to write and submit. It's really important for me to make sure they're still using those fine motor skills of handwriting and number writing. So I think I'm going to use, depending on how it all goes, and we might make adjustments as we go, but my vision is to use tasks that they need to do or assignments so they are actually handwriting on paper, and then asking you or them, they can learn how to do this too, to take a photo of it and submit it via Google Classroom. Definitely going to provide practice time for them to work on different things, providing read alouds that have a task so then they can go into their own books, or books that I can provide online, or other modes as we get rolling to work on a task. So things that are very familiar. I'm going to use RAS definitely, and then also a new math component called Happy Numbers, which very much differentiates some math opportunities. It won't be my complete and only instruction by any means. It sounds like grades will be on a credit, no credit basis, so it is important to make sure your child is logging in daily to complete tasks. And then most of our focus in first grade is going to be on reading and writing, phonics, those kinds of skills, and math, with a little bit less emphasis on science and social studies. So we will definitely still have those components in our instruction and our learning opportunities, but science and social studies will be less of a focus. So you'll notice that as we get going. I will have virtual office hours along with Mrs. Nevins most of the time. I'm going to have 2 1-hour reserved time slots per day. You can also email, call me, remind, message me, all of those things too. But those will be virtual. So they will be actually with Google Hangouts or Google Meet as we get going, and that will be an opportunity for you or your child to just chime in during that hour time block and ask me a quick question, ask me to show them, the math skill that they're working on that they're not quite getting, anything like that. It's not really intended for them to, they don't have to be there. You don't have to be there for that hour. It is solely for like office hour visits. So I have a question. This is what I need help with. But that is not the only sole way you can get a hold of me, of course. We will have those office hours out no later than April 20th. In the next 2 weeks, I'm slowly going to help you and myself and your children get acquainted with Google Classroom. Hopefully then we can work out all the glitches, get everybody comfortable with logging in, and we really are encouraging students to be able to independently get that log in and then know where to go to get their assignments. So we'll work on that. That'll give us a chance to address any concerns that you're having also. And I would like to try to do one live meetup with students where we can do like a show and tell or a whatever we can do to tie it to curriculum too, like we have been doing, maybe once a week or once every other week. Only a couple more things. Sending videos. Oh, I will be sending out videos that some people within district have been creating on how to use Google Classroom from a parent perspective and then also from a child perspective. Older siblings are a great resource as well. I am not 100% familiar with Google Classroom by any means, so this is a new format for me. Please bear with us all, and please reach out to us with any questions. If I don't know the answer, I will find it. I will be sending out a task tomorrow to do by Monday, just kind of by the end of the day, Tuesday at the latest. And it's going to be, it'll have your child's Google Classroom login and password, like their email for Google. And then I'm asking that they get in there and they can start to explore. And there will be one little task to do by Monday, which is going to be to get logged in with a new login to Happy Numbers, which is the math curriculum or math option that I discussed, not curriculum, and it will allow them to do a quick placement test. And I just ask that you do not help your child at all on the placement test. You can help them get logged in if they need it, but just do not help them with the placement test at all. I can't reiterate that enough, because it will place your child where he or she is. If you're helping him or her, then it will put them at a level that they may not be able to handle independently. And our goal for this one is for them, without your, direct consultation to be able to get onto Happy Numbers like they do with Raz and work at their own pace. Whew. So that's what I have for you. Hopefully, if you have questions or concerns of any sort, you will reach out to me via Remind, or feel free to email me or give me a call as well. I will answer what I can. Again, look out for those emails and passwords tomorrow and try to get logged in. And then we can kind of troubleshoot any technology issues anybody might be having on devices or anything like that. Thank you for listening to my 10-minute splurge on everything, and I hope that you have a great weekend.